Hi, I'm Krystle. I've loved dolls since I was a child and never outgrew it. I enjoy collecting all types of dolls, but my favorite is Reborn dolls. There's Chloe, Grace, Jeremy, Maya, Yuki, Savannah, Ava, Zoe, Haley, and Landon. Along with collecting, I've been a Reborn artist since 2008. It isn't easy keeping up with my collection, but it sure is a lot of fun. Hi guys, so I just wanted to come on and hopefully this will be a quick video. I try so hard to do quick videos, but you know me. Blah, blah, blah. But I just wanted to do this quick video because I want to come on and I want to apologize and I also want to clarify for some things in regards to what I said about the London Doll Show. I have seen some things transpire in the comments on that video that has bothered me, and I feel really bad about some of the things that I said. I think just, the exhaustion and the fact that, we were in pain and everything from the day probably exacerbated the situation a little bit. That's not to say that I'm not going back on everything I said. I mean, I wanted to give constructive criticism because I feel that anyone doing a doll show should be open to that kind of suggestion and whatever. But I also, it was not my intention to make the video to bash the person running the show or to bash the show itself, because I've gone to this show for many years and I've always enjoyed it. It's always been a pleasure. I was still happy I got to go, and I was just happy that because I've gone so frequently, I know a lot of the vendors like Edith and, Sarah and stuff like that, who were kind enough to let us park our strollers in their booths to help us out. So that was, wonderful. I think the main issue in terms of the strollers really had nothing to do with the show coordinator itself. We mostly got these comments, people complaining about our strollers and telling us to move and shoving each other. They were mainly from other customers at the show. And like I said, even people that didn't have strollers were getting the same kind of attitude, because even the aisles where there were no strollers, they were still so small in that a lot of people couldn't even fit back to back in the aisle, which I never really saw happen at past shows. Like, the aisles have always been kind of on the small side, but I don't recall even without a stroller having issues getting up and down aisles. And to me, that was a little bit concerning for people who also had walkers and wheelchairs and stuff. So I definitely think it was necessary to point out the aisles and, trying to somehow make them even just a tiny bit wider, I think is important. But I do want to clarify, the show owner, Tracy, she has commented on the video, and she explained some things to me that brought light to the situation, and I thank her so much for that. And so she, first off, clarified that it was not her that originally told us to move out of the way when we were near her table. And so I really apologize for saying that it was her, because I honestly, I guess in the moment with all the confusion and all the chaos around us, I just heard that person coming from her general area, and I was wrong to make the assumption that it was her that said that to us, when she has clarified that it was not in fact her, because she is a Reborn artist and she understands that aspect of wanting to bring the dolls and everything. So I apologize for that. I really did not want to, badmouth anyone or anything like that. I feel really awful. And with that said, I would really like you guys to try to keep yourself in check when you're commenting on that video and giving your feedback. For one thing, if you never actually attended the show and you're only going by what I say, you know, don't be too overly critical. I saw some comments toward, like, directly towards Tracy that really hurt me for her. And it was almost like it was very hurtful comments, hateful comments, and very, I don't even know, like the harsh, like they were very harsh and almost like bullying almost. And I do not want to see that on my video, going on my videos. Like, constructive criticism is fine, but to be like really rude and mean towards the owner of the show when you didn't even attend the show, and making assumptions about the price of the show tickets and things like that when you haven't even been to the show, and that you don't even live in Canada, I think is a little bit much. I don't know. I'm tired, guys. My brain's not working properly with the words, but I hope you get what I'm saying. And I just really don't. I've actually went and deleted some comments that people wrote to Tracy because I found that they were incredibly insensitive and rude and hurtful. And I don't want to see that in my videos. So again, Tracy, I apologize. And I think I responded to your comment in the same manner. And I'm just going to say this right now, like, I will not stop going to the show because I love it. It's a getaway for me. And, it's the only, like, there's not many doll shows here in Canada or Ontario or whatever. And I mean, I do have to give kudos to her because I've often thought of trying to start a doll show here in Toronto, but I haven't a clue where to start. And I can't even imagine how much you have to do in preparation for it and how much money you have to put out for it. And the fact is that, here in Canada, things are very expensive. And so she has clarified in the comments that a larger venue is just not within her reach. Like, she just can't find one at this point that's affordable. And they are doing their best to try to work on a new floor plan, which is great if they can do it. So, I am glad that they're trying to grow and improve. And I really hope that she doesn't give up on the show just because of what happened this past weekend. Because I feel like there's always room for improvement with things, and things can always get better. And I think, now that we know that strollers are not feasible, that's okay. Like, it's a little disappointing for me because I like to put my purchases under there just so that my arms aren't full carrying stuff, not just like to carry my doll, but just stuff in general. That's just for me because of my health. But I think, like, so long as they make it very clear in advance before people actually get to the show that strollers aren't allowed, I have no issue with that. I bought a front carrier for that very reason, for times where I can't use a stroller. So I'll just bring my baby in my carrier, no big deal, and I'm totally cool with that. And to clarify another thing, they were allowing real children to have strollers because obviously those are needed for them. Dolls, it's like, that's an optional thing. Basically, they're not really living, breathing humans. So I feel like now it was a learning experience for us, and it was a learning experience for the owner of the show. And hopefully moving forward, things will be better. And like I said, we've learned that if we want to go and stay over in London, we're going to book a second night just so we have a place to rest. And we don't have to worry about doing the long drive home after the show. So we've learned that about what works for us. And now we know the next time we won't bring our strollers. And we will hopefully have a much more enjoyable experience. That way we'll be able to get around more, and we'll still be able to show our babies and have our babies with us, and all will be well, hopefully. So I still think it would really be cool to see a full Reborn doll show. Like, that would be pretty darn awesome if it could happen. But even if it can't, I still enjoy the show, even though I'm not into collecting antique dolls, and a lot of the dolls that they have there, actually, I'm not really into collecting myself, but I still enjoy looking at them. I still enjoy looking at everything. I enjoy visiting with the vendors who are always there every year, because it's the only chance I get to see them and talk with them and catch up with them. And it's like a nice place to socialize with these wonderful people. And, you know, I enjoy it. And of course, I love going there to shop for my American Girl clothes. That's like my #1 reason that I like to go. It's so much fun. And it was great to see more Reborn artists there. And I don't want them to go. Like, it was awesome to see that. I just think, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but, you know, I think for us now, what we'll probably do is go a little bit later instead of go right when it opens, because by like 12:30, a lot of the aisles were more clear anyway. And so, stroller or not, it would be easier to get around and look at everything when the aisles are clearer, obviously. So I think that's another thing that we learned. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video, guys, because I really was not happy about what I was seeing in the comments. Like, at first people were being, you know, okay, like they weren't being overly harsh about it. You know, they were offering suggestions and whatever, but then it started to get a little bit nasty, and I really, that was not my intent at all. Like, you know how I am with my videos. I just like to be honest with everything I do in this hobby, good or bad. I present the good experiences and the bad experiences. And, you know, all in all, we still had an awesome weekend. I still got around to see just about everything in the show. I slowly made my way around. I loved seeing other Reborn mummies that I've never met before, and we're hoping to arrange some kind of big meetup somewhere, someplace in the near future, hopefully, which is great. So, I mean, there was a lot of good outcomes out of it. And, you know, I know sometimes when you're exhausted and you're in pain and you're a little bit flustered or frustrated, it's easier to focus on the negative than the positive. But now that I've had a few days to recuperate, I can see the positives, and I just want to point those out to you guys as well. And so, yeah, please, guys, just be, you know, be nice. Play nice. You know, there's such a thing as constructive criticism without being mean or rude or hurtful and all that stuff. And as for anyone like talking about my videos being used as promotion, which Tracy clarified that they've never used them, so maybe it was a vendor that linked to them or whatever. I don't care. Like, I'm more than happy to have anyone share my links to my doll show videos if they want to use them to give people an idea of the show. So I have no issues with that at all. And someone was saying like they should pay me if they want to use my videos. No, they don't need to pay me, because just linking to my video, I get paid anyway. So it's all good. I don't care. So that's why I make my videos, like, is to help spread, you know, the word about these nice little, you know, small town doll shows here in London. So just wanted to point that out, guys. So please just stop with the rude comments in that thread. It's just not pretty. And that was not my intention at all. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye! I'm here to show you my haul from our Dolly weekend in London, Ontario. Sorry, I just want to take off my slipper so I'm a bit more comfy. Okay. So as you can see, I got a lot, and nothing in this bag here is from the actual doll show itself. We did shopping, as you saw in the videos, at other stores. So I think everything is